Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Today's video is in, I guess, part 2 of the Panther lift slash long travel suspension, which I didn't design. I didn't come up with the idea, but I found it on the forum only after I did the Lift a brand lift kit and was more impressed with having more suspension travel and the lift, I guess. If you want to know about the more suspension travel and why, check out my other video. It's I made it a few videos ago. Go to the Tacoma SRT5 YouTube channel and click on videos and scroll down a little bit. It's on there. Now today I'm going to go a little more into detail on the control arm slash ball joint flip, I don't know, kit or mod. Now this is if you have lifted your Panther and experienced the problem of the upper control arm rubbing against your coil spring, which does happen because of the design of the control arm. So I'm going to turn the camera here. So here we go. Here we got a stock arm, and this lip here, it goes in like this. And when the arm goes up and down, this is a stock arm on the stock side of the car. This is the left arm. And when this goes down, this part right here rubs against your your coil spring. So the mod to avoid that and add a little bit more articulation because of the angle of the ball joint, when it gets down so far, you're getting to your max point here. Now this one is obviously shot, and I ruined it even more trying to take it out and just buy a ball joint, but whatever. So the mod is you take the left arm, you put it on the right. You take the right arm, you put it on the left. Then you flip those arms upside down, and then you flip the ball joint in the arm. So here's what we're going to do. This is a new arm that I attempted this with the first time and screwed it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the old ball joint out and, in a perfect world, put a new ball joint in. And we're going to put it in upside down. But now that doesn't fit on the left side, correct? So we're going to take it, this is right side up. So we're going to take it and we're going to flip it upside down and put it on the right side, and it will be in the proper position. Now because of that, I don't know why this is, I didn't write the mod, I didn't come up with it, but it has something to do with the length of the front versus the back. So when you flip, if you were to flip the left side and do it that way, then there's a chance of things rubbing even more. But as you can see, if we go back to that part of the arm that contacts the coil spring, this is going to dig in first. It's the closest thing. But now, since this is on an angle, it'll be on a separate angle, buying you more room when it's in the downward position. And the ball joint, you'll have a little bit more wiggle room there and not as much binding. So we got the left arm going on the right side of the car like this. That's about as much detail as I can give you on what we're doing here. Now here's the new arm that I bought to do this with, and I've screwed it up on my first attempt. I was pushing the ball joint in, finding that it would go in crooked because there's not enough room between the angle right here. This angle goes pretty much straight down to the edge of the hole, and I believe what holds these ball joints in place is the sizing on the walls. So I pressed it in, saw that it was crooked, pressed it out, ground down some, pressed it in, saw it was still crooked, ground it out. You get the idea. I probably did that enough times. Eventually I got to the point where it was flush, and which was great, but the new ball joint just pushed in with my finger. So that arm, that hole has been stretched out, and this arm is no longer usable. I even took a new ball joint I had on the shelf and tried that, pushed it right in with my fingers, pushed it right out with my fingers. So this arm is junk. So I decided on a different approach. As you can see, the arms have a recession in them around the ball joint hole, and the ball joint has a lip on it. So that lip sits flush in that hole, just like this, flush, when it's in the factory location. But now, since we're flipping it, let's get over here. And instead of grinding on the arm, I bought another arm, more arms, whatever. I already destroyed the one, so I had to get another. Rather than grind on the arm, I mean, there's plenty of meat here and you can do this, but this was trial and error for me and I didn't feel like screwing another one up. So I took the ball joint and I ground this lip off the ball joint from about here to here. So maybe a third, maybe just a little more, because the way this comes down, this angle comes down, you see I ground off all the way up to here and up to here because it kept getting hung up. So I ground down the lip instead on, almost half. Push the ball joint in, it goes in flush, absolutely no problems whatsoever. However, because I am the way I am, and I want to be a little careful because, well, let's say this isn't from the factory, it's not the way it's supposed to be, I took that ball joint like that and put a little tack weld on either side. Now let's pretend this one's flipped over, but put a tack weld here and a tack weld here, just in case whatever we've done or whatever is not quite as strong as it should be. And that's my preference. It maybe have tempered the metal, it maybe screwed up the ball joint a little bit, but these arms are cheap enough that they can be rebuilt easily. I would not, under any circumstance, recommend reusing ball joints that are removable. It's just not worth it's not a side view mirror, guys, that if you buy the cheap one, it doesn't really matter. If this breaks while you're driving, it could be catastrophic. So be safe, have fun, enjoy your ride, keep on keeping on, and I hope that helps somebody as far as this mod is concerned. Have a good one, guys, and check out my other videos. Like, subscribe if you would. I'm trying to develop a more serious channel here and make more videos that more people are interested in. So any suggestions or questions you might have, address me, write them down, write them in the comments, and I'll try and see what else I can talk about on here. Have a good one, guys.